We are now officially live all the way in Botswana for the National Science Festival, and we have students from all the different grades. I noticed that the lights have gone off, so I can't see you anymore, but hopefully you can see me. And we've got about 20 minutes together because I've got to go to another meeting soon. So the first thing I want to do is I want to switch your brains on and make sure that you are thinking in a mathematical way. So I'm going to teach you a foreign language in under 2 minutes. Do you think that's possible?
Yes.
Well, let's try. I'm going to teach you to count to 3 in this language. 1 is wa.
Wa.
That is very good. 2 is tafu.
Tafu.
And 3 is laem.
Laem.
Let's see if we can put all 3 together.
Wa. Tafu. Laem.
Go a little bit louder and faster.
Wa. Tafu. Laem.
One more time.
Wa. Tafu. Laem.
Now this time, before you say it, I want you to listen to what you are actually saying. Are you ready?
Yes. Wa. Tafu. Laem.
If you were listening carefully. My trick. For those of you that were listening, you would have noticed that you were saying, "What a fool I am." I can't believe you fell for that trick. So what we're going to be doing today is some fun exercises, and hopefully you use these tricks. Now, earn pocket money. Who earns pocket money? Some of you get pocket money. I know here in South Africa, some children, they earn money each week. Some children, they have to do chores around the house and they earn money that way. And every child always complains that they never get enough. So I was thinking, how about we go to your parents and we give them an idea on how to get pocket money. And I'm going to hopefully get this to work on the screen. I'm going to share my screen with you. Let's see if it is working. Can you all see my screen over here?
Yes.
Can you see there's a spreadsheet on the screen?
Yes.
Wonderful. I'll zoom in a bit. I want you to imagine that if you were such a well-behaved person and you got, now, do you guys use rands in Botswana?
No.
What do you use?
Pula.
So imagine you got 100 pula for January, and then you got 100 pula for February, March, April, May, June, July, all the way up to December, like that. How much money do you think you're going to make at the end of the first year? Oh, are you sure about that? Let's just check quickly. We'll do a total. Look at that, 1,200 pula. Now let's pretend you were so well behaved that your parents decide to give you 200 pula a month. How much will you make at the end of the year? You guys are very good. And the last one, what would happen if you were so well behaved, your parents decide to give you 300 pula a month? How much would you make? 3,600. And if I do this and I count it all up and I do a total over here, the total for 3 years would be 7,200 pula. Would you be happy with that?
Yes.
Who thinks that's too small?
Yes.
Who thinks it's just enough?
No.
Well, Here's what I'd suggest you do. You go to your mom and your dad and you say, Mom, Dad, I'd like to discuss my pocket money with you. And instead of asking for 100 pula a month, I would like 1 cent. What do you call 1 cent? What do you call it? A tebe.
Yes.
So you're going to say to your parents, I don't want 100 pula, I want 1 tebe. And then the next month, I want 2 tebe. And then the next month, I want 4 tebe. Can anyone see a pattern? Well, let's have a look. We're going to copy this over here. And we're going to paste it just over here so we can see it on this side. And instead of asking for 100, we're going to ask for 1 tebe, then 2 tebe, then 4 tebe, then 8 tebe. Is that a lot of money? Oh, that didn't work. Let's try that like this. Then it'll be 16 tebe, 32 tebe, 64 tebe, 128 tebe, 256, 512, 1024, and of course 2048. Is that a lot of money? That's only 20 pula. So now, do you think that that would be a good system to go with if you're to ask your mom and dad for pocket money? You'd probably say no. And your mom and dad, what they would do is they would think, hold on. If I'm not correct, you were asking for 1 tebe, then 2 tebe, then 4 tebe, then 8 tebe. That's not even a lot of money. And by the end of the year, you're going to have only 20 pula in December. So after 3 years, how much money do you think you will have? Let's hear some guesses. I want you to try and guess how much money you will make by the time you get to December of the 3rd year. Let's hear it. I'm listening. Shout it out.
60 pula.
60 pula. No, it'll be more than that. Keep guessing. 130 pula. No, more than that. Maybe the teachers. Do the teachers know? How much money would you make in month 6, the December of the 3rd year? Teachers, how much money number? Who thinks more than 10,000 pula? Who thinks more than 50,000 pula? 100,000 pula? No. Let's have a look. I'll go back to the screen again. Over here, if we take this and we double it, we're going to get what? What is 2048 times 2? 4096. What we're really doing is saying 2 times 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 2. So what we're really saying is 2 to the power of 36. And your answer is going to be, let's just move it 2 decimal places. Oh, no, other way. Okay, so we do it this way. 687 194 767.36. This is how many pula you will make in the last month. That is 687 million pula. Now you're probably wondering, how is it possible? And this is a wonderful section in mathematics. We call it exponential growth. It's when you do something times something times something times something, and the number just gets bigger and bigger. Look at this. Here we were at 1 cent, and after 12 months we were at 2,048. Then 4,000, then 8,000, 16,000, 32,000. And if you keep doubling each time, by the time you get to year number 3, you're going to have 687 million pula in month 12. In month 11, you will have half of that, which makes 343 million. So if you had to add just November and December of that year, you would have over 1 billion pula. Can you believe that? That is just absolutely crazy. So if you do this with your moms and dads today, what will happen is that for the first year, you're not going to make a lot of money. But when you get to the second and the third year, your mom and dad are going to have to borrow money from you to give you money. You will be so wealthy that instead of going to school, they would knock school down and build it in your garden. You would be so wealthy that your toilet paper is made out of 200 pula notes. You would blow your nose with 200 pula tissues. So what I suggest you do is try this on your mums and dads and make sure you sign an agreement that says, I agree to give, and you put your name in, the sum of 1 teba for the first month, and will continue to double it for 36 months, after which I'm no longer responsible for your pocket money. And they are going to do exactly what we did the first year of calculations, and they're going to get lazy and stop there. And when they do, that is when you start smiling, because if they sign the agreement, you're going to be very wealthy. And in small writing, it says, I also agree to give Steve 1% of whatever I make. I'm smiling because you know what? 1% of 1 billion rand is 10 million rand. I would do quite well out of all of you, but now we don't have a lot of time. I thought we'd do a magic trick. Do you guys like magic?
Yes.
All right. I'm looking for someone who is sitting, I don't know, let's see. Maybe the teacher can choose someone who's quite good with numbers. Have you got someone? Okay. Whoever that person is, you must stand up so we can see you. Right. What is your name? Okay, have to do. I am going to load up my magic mind reader. Let's just see if it's behaving itself. If I go like this, here we go. I'm going to share my screen. And here is my magic mind reader. Can you all see the screen?
Yes.
Okay. I want you to choose a number from 1 to 63 But don't tell me what the number is. Have you got a number?
Yes.
All right. So it's just we're doing this with one person only. So the person who we chose in the front there, is your number on A? Can you see your number on A?
Yes.
Oh, is it? Okay, it is on A. Is your number on B?
Yes.
Now, if you're all shouting yes and you've all chosen different numbers, it's not going to work. We can only do this with one person. So, who was our volunteer? Okay, so we're just going to have to just double check that we've got one person. Otherwise, what's going to happen is we're going to have lots of answers. So, who is the one volunteer? Get one person to stand up. Are you standing up? There we go. All right. Excellent, excellent. Right, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to show you the screen. You're going to tell me if your number appears on that screen. What is your name?
Cole.
Cole.
Coward.
Kaume.
Coward.
Well, we're going to be easier. We're going to be easier. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to hold up the screen. You ready? Let's see if it's on. Let's put it back again. Put a share screen. Okay. Right. We have Calm, who's going to allow me to do my special magic trick. Can you see the magic mind reader screen?
Yes.
Right. Calm, is your number on A?
Yes.
Is your number on B?
No.
No. Okay. Is your number on C?
No.
No. Is your number on D?
Yes.
Is your number on E?
Yes.
And is your number on F?
No.
Okay. Are you sure about all of that?
Yes.
Right. So now I'm going to try and read your mind, Cole. You chose, and if I get it right, I want you to put your hand up in the air. You ready? You chose the number 25.
Yes.
That was amazing. But how did I do that? Would you like to learn how to do that trick?
Yes.
Okay. So we just did a brain teaser involving doubling your pocket money, and the two of them are actually connected. And I'll show you why. Let me load up the... Let's go back to share screen. I must just run it quickly. 1 second. Let me run the presentation. There we go. And go back and share screen. And here we go. Can you see it? All right. Is the magic mind reader there? Okay. So the way this game works is you ask someone to choose a number from 1 to 63. And then you ask them, is your number over here? If they say yes, what is the number in the top left-hand corner? It is the number 1. So what you do is if they say yes, you take 1 sweet and you put it inside a jar on your head. Then I ask you, is it over here? And you say, yes, it is. Then you take 2 sweets. The top left-hand corner number, and you put 2 sweets in your jar. How many do we have so far? 3. Then I ask you, is it over here? And you say no. Then you ignore the number 4. And then I ask you, is it over here? And you say no. Then you ignore the number 8. Is it over here? You say yes. Then you put 16 more sweets in your jar. And then I say, is my number over here? And you say no. Then you count up all the sweets in the jar. 1 plus 2 plus 16. What does that give you? It gives you 19. So the number that I chose was 19. So let's do that as a test quickly. I'm going to choose the number, let's say 20. Is 20 over here?
No.
Then you ignore the number 1. Is 20 over here?
No.
No. Then you ignore the number 2. Is 20 over here?
Yes.
Then you put 4 sweets in your jar. Is 20 over here?
No.
No. Is 20 over here?
Yes.
Then you put 16 more sweets in your jar. How many sweets do we have so far? 20. And is 20 over here?
No.
So how many sweets do we have in the jar?
20.
And what was the number that I chose?
20.
20. So now I'm going to choose a number and you're going to work out my number. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, I've got a number. Is my number over here? No, it's not. Is my number over here? Yes, it is. Is my number over here? Yes, it is. Is my number over here? No, it's not. Is my number over here? Yes, it is. Is my number over here? No, it's not. What was the number I was thinking of?
22.
Oh, look at that. You guys are brilliant. So can you imagine going home and saying to your brother or your sister, how did you do in your maths test? And they say to you, I'm not telling. And then you put this in front of them and you say, is your mark on A? Is it on B? Is it on C? Is it on E? And is it on F? And if they say yes to any of them, you go, ooh, someone got 31%. How you worked it out. So what I'm going to do, boys and girls, is I'm going to email this to the organizers, and then they can pass it on to your teachers, and then you can print them out and go and try this on all your friends and family back home. Would that be cool?
Yes.
Now, I would love to do a lot more. I've got so many other tricks like this one. Did you see that? I'll do it again. I like it. But unfortunately, I've got to run because we have 2 guests from America who are both experts on space and satellites, and they're going to be giving a talk at a high school, and I am hosting the talk. So I still have to leave and be there in the next 20 minutes. So I'm afraid I'm going to have to say goodbye to you, but thank you so much for joining us today. Have you had fun at the festival so far?
Yes.
Have you seen cool things?
Yes.
Okay, so I will speak to the organizers, and maybe if there's time a little bit later on today, maybe we can do another session and do some more mathematical tricks. Would that be cool?
Yes.
Awesome. So I'm going to say thank you very much and bye-bye.
Bye.
And you guys were fantastic.